Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris.
Nice, Alex. Hey, wait. One more people. Yep. Got him. Ah, yes. It's AT in the house. AL, sorry.
How you doing,
How
man?
you doing?
I'm all right, man. How you?
I'm good, brother. Blessed, man. How you been today?
I'm good. I'm blessed, man. I can't complain. Can't complain. Working hard.
Definitely, man. I see that, man. I've heard that from one of your other guys I had yesterday. So
Okay,
you
that's
heard you're a
good.
hard worker, man.
But I won't make them run when we start training, man.
Yeah, just tend to cut me 10%, girl, it seems I said some good stuff. Man, how you been dealing with all the quarantine, man? How you been getting on with it? How you adapted to it?
It's been all right for me in some ways, and some of these other ways it's difficult. But it's more time at home, family, but also just kind of focusing on working out and doing things like that. But trying to read, trying to educate myself in different things and stuff like that.
Okay, still working on a jump shot every now and then, though, yeah?
No. I'm just trying to keep my dad bod slim.
Okay. Every now and then, you might need to just show some people, listen, that's still great. That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I seen so where is it you grew up, man? I've seen it. If it's true, you grew up in one of my favorite places in New York,
Yeah, I was born and raised in New York,
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, Crown Heights. Yep. Yeah. So my mother still lives there, and family's still there. So, but I went to Florida at a young age, like
Okay.
10, 11, and with my mother and my three brothers. But I always went between there and Brooklyn, and my dad stayed there in the same place, and then went back to school in New York. So, yeah,
Okay.
Brooklyn's home.
So it's getting back on football team, Miami and Brooklyn.
It's not Miami, it's Sarasota. Yeah, Sarasota, a little town in South Sarasota called Englewood. Yeah, they're in Brooklyn. Summers and stuff in New York, and then school year in Florida. But so I'm split. I'm a little bit got a little bit of Southern tendencies, but I'm
Yeah.
born and raised in New York too.
That's
Yeah.
fair. No, I've got the southern tendencies. All right. Can you spit like them Brooklyn rappers up there?
Nah, I stopped trying. Back in I think like 80, 88, me and brother were A-Rock and S-Rock, and I hung it up after that. We didn't get the deal we were looking for. They weren't talking the numbers we needed, so we
Yeah.
hung it up,
Yeah,
retired.
that's it, man. I tried the MC thing myself when it was all popular. I was like, yeah, this ain't working for me, man.
I got brothers and they call rap, so I knew where I stood. I had to play sports.
Oh man, oh cool, man. What?
Yeah.
So what sports personalities grew up near you in Brooklyn? I know there's a lot of famous players.
Yeah, man. I know Jamal Tinsley's not from near where I'm from.
Okay, yeah. I
There's a
like
lot
you.
of people, man. There's a lot of basketball players from Brooklyn, man. It's funny because I wasn't really into basketball in that way. I never played AAU or any of that stuff.
Okay.
And my father's Jamaican, and he
Okay.
wasn't into like Like I didn't have that push from the father to try to make me play sports in that way. It was more education and work, get a job, and you
Yeah.
know what I mean, and provide. But I was a park kid, just always in the park playing, always doing my thing and that, and then so I never really did the whole. I never focused on basketball in that way. I just
Yeah.
kind of played it because I loved it, and then it kind of eventually evolved into getting opportunities. And when I was in Florida, my high school coach was very influential, and he encouraged me. I didn't think I was going to go to college. Back then college was like, it was
Yeah.
Fab Five. It was like, North Carolina
Yeah.
it was big time. So I was like, man, I'm good for my neighborhood. But he
Yeah.
really he really talked me into like, no, you can do it. And he drove me to my first camp in Atlanta, and helped me fund it. And I got some offers, and that was it. But I never really had a big history in basketball as far as organized and trying to do AAU and the
Okay.
circuit.
So you got into basketball when you went to Florida, then mainly
But yeah, more or less, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. And what was it like growing up? Because I'm half Jamaican as well. So like growing up half Jamaican and American in Brooklyn, what was that like with Jamaican parents and the background?
It's tough. I mean, it's the culture's kept. You know what I mean? Jamaican families keep that same discipline and same focus on education, and you don't go outside without your clothes ironed and everything looking neat and clean. And, you know what I mean? Sundays you're up early cleaning the house up, cleaning. It's all that discipline and
can't leave plates in the sink.
No, none of that stuff.
Tidy your bed before you leave the house.
Yeah. See, over here, I don't know what it's like down in London, but I've been in Sheffield all the time. But they don't really have roaches over here.
They have what?
So, in England, I don't see roaches.
No,
so I'm always like on it. They don't in America. If you leave something out, roaches is everywhere. You got roaches. You can never. So you got to clean up, or your house is gonna look crazy. So, I think it's a little bit different here. But yeah, that's discipline and you're not supposed to be out in the street at night. You got to come home when the lights come on. Things like that. Jamaican families don't play that, and that's how I grew up.
I remember that. Yeah, I do remember that. My mom I used to ask my mom, "What time do you want me home?" She was, "Get home before it turns dark." I'm like, "What time
when
is?"
the lights come on, you better be home. And even in Brooklyn, it was more like you couldn't leave my block. You had the kids that couldn't leave the gate. We were lucky enough we can go like close to the corner, but not the corner. Don't go to the corner. You're gonna come back inside, but you can go close to the corner to, Miss Grant's house and that house. You can play between those two blocks and those two houses, and then lights come on. You come inside. So, it's strict. You didn't run the streets. You didn't leave. You didn't go around the corner. You didn't go to the corner store without a parent. All that stuff. It's, it's a little stricter.
I can imagine. I remember seeing Notorious's biography when he said he used to sit on the stoop, and I said the first time he left the block, it was like a whole new world. So
it is. They say like jump off the porch and all that stuff. That's that kind of thing that parents don't want you to leave, and when you do, it's a whole nother world over there. So I had good family.
That's good, man. So like, talk us through your experience, before leading up to the UK and Sheffield. So how was your basketball experience then, coming up to that?
Well, my first professional job was in Finland. That was right out of college. That was a great experience for me. I think traveling for me has been the biggest teacher. It's changed me completely. I was coming from America. I think I was a little narrow-minded. I didn't know the world as that way, and a lot of the stuff we're seeing now was how it was ingrained, and I had to travel abroad to see this different way of thinking, and people don't all see the world the same way. So my first job was actually Finland, which was crazy because you're flying in and it's just like field, snow, field. You're just like, so I get to the airport and my coach picks me up, and he's an American guy, Greg Gibson, who's he's coaching in Finland still, but very, very close friend of mine, and now, and we had to drive 4 hours to get to the where I was living from the airport. So, and it's just a whole different culture shock. And I had the people there are amazing, really warm, really welcoming, friendly. But the cold, the isolation, and kind of, it was so many good things that it overcame that. But when I got through that season, I knew like, okay, I can live anywhere, I can play anywhere, because it wasn't hard for me. I enjoyed my time. So that was big for me to kind of push forward after, to keep going. And I went from there to France in Toulouse, it was called. Then the following year I went to Hungary to start the season, and I moved to Finland again, same team. And then that year, after the following season, I went to Israel, and then I went there to kind of replace an injured player, so I had a temporary contract, and then I went to came back to Sheffield, and I've been here ever since.
Okay, and that's dope. So how did you find them?
Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris.